Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Drevlin and this is my quest log! Pew pew pew! It's my birthday! Hi, thank you if everyone, or if anyone is actually congratulating me. So yeah, 33 years old. How about that? And I think I've been a gamer since I was 6 years old, I think. About there. I think I realized that I played the NES for the first time and realized, like, wow, what is this? Hi, Meltspells! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you so much! So, yeah, I have a few hours, or about 2 hours over to spare. I need to go to bed then because I'm having my birthday party, or what you want to call it, getting some friends together and just playing some games and all that tomorrow. So I need to rest, but yeah, I'm done for today and felt like I wanna check out a little game I bought on the Steam sale. And it's a weird one. I actually wanted to test, as always, test the sounds before I begin. However, as you might notice up in the right corner, the game is not on yet, or it's on and it's down on the little down here because it has no menu, it just starts. So hopefully, I think I decreased the volume of the game so it's decent. We'll see when I start it up, and I'm gonna try to listen on my iPad and see if it's actually good enough so we can hear it, anything. Or maybe Meltspells might be so kind to tell me if the volume is all right. So yeah, you'll have to excuse if the camera is a bit dark, like it's actually kind of late. Let's see, it's, yeah, after 22 p.m. or 10 p.m. over here. Also, good news, I'm, after today, except celebrating my birthday, I'm actually done with my sugar detox. So tomorrow I'm finally allowed to eat sugar again. Oh my god. It's been 30 days without any kind of sugar. No sodas, no candy, no chocolate, no. Not even in food. So I pretty much lived on salad with like tuna and chicken for 30 days. Whew. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy something else to eat tomorrow. I can bet your ass that. Oh my god. Whew. But yeah, it feels good. Actually, kind of crazy. I'm not so sure how much it is in pounds, but I actually lost some weight. I'm not an overweight guy, but let's see. So, whoa, really? Okay. So I lost on 30 days, just not eating any sugar and all that, and just eating salad. I lost 7 kilograms, which is about 15.4 pounds apparently, if I look through Google, which is kind of crazy. Not doing anything else except eating different and not eating all the sugar. Crazy. So yeah, let's not waste any more time and just jump into this game. Like I said, it starts right away. It has a really cool narrator, so I'm probably gonna be kind of quiet listening to him for the most part, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Love the art style of this game. It's really good looking. Yeah, it looks kind of like the Telltale kind of games.
Stars fill the sky above, and in front of you is a brightly lit wooden house, the only building you've seen for days.
Game sounds a wee bit louder, so I should lower the volume of the game just a teensy little bit. Is that what you're saying, Meltspells? Or should I increase it? Just a teensy little bit. Okay, a wee bit louder. Okay, hang on. Let's see if we can do this. We're doing it live! We are doing it live. Pew, pew, pew. Let's see here. Volume and I think I have it. So let's pump it up to a 20. Let's see if that actually. Let's try it again. So I go to the house.
You walk toward the house, hearing the sounds of laughter and
That
talk
better,
as
Mel
you
Spells?
reach the door and push it open.
Is it okay? All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for the help. It's so much easier having someone in chat to actually telling me if it's all right or not. So thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, you walk towards the house, hearing the sound of laughter and talk as you reach the door and push it open. We walk inside. Yeah, and that sucks, Mel Spells. Realizing afterwards, a
You
few
sit down
hours,
enjoying the
like,
game.
oh,
It's a
the
cheap
volume
buy-in,
is bad.
and not many of the other players are very good.
We'll look around.
The lady fiddling with dice gets good cards, but has no real strategy. The man to your right seems to just hold on to the highest cards he has, regardless of suit or any consideration of matches.
Just listen to that narrator. He is so good. Who else is here?
The man in gray across from you, though, he's good. He already had the largest pile of coins when you bought in, and while your winnings grow quickly, you can't quite catch him.
So we keep playing.
One by one, the other players leave the table, sometimes with pique or with wry humor, leaving their winnings with you or the man in gray.
So we keep playing.
Finally, it's just you and the man in gray. He looks at you, full of humor, and winks. Last hand?
We're in.
He deals, you draw, and look at your hand. It's good. It's great. The best hand, in fact. A royal straight flush. Spades. Aces high.
Nothing can beat me!
But the man in gray pushes forward his whole pile. You're not sure exactly how much it is, but it's more than you've got. You can't match that.
Is that really how poker works? I'm not sure. Like, do you actually have to match someone? If someone is going all in, do you have to match that? Because that's weird. That would just make, like, the player with the biggest, like, cash in be able to just bet everything and no one could match that. There has to be a way to... Yeah, there's no way I have a royal straight flush. I've actually seen a few minutes more than this, so you'll see how it goes, since I was trying out the sounds like yesterday a little bit. So if you have $100 and I have $30, and you can really only go all in for $30. Okay, so I can just put you on in a spot where you have to bet everything, but I don't have to. Is that what you're telling me, Melspell? Like, if I bet $30. Oh, okay. So yeah, really, this guy shouldn't be able to do this, or he should be able to allow me to at least be able to bet everything I have, not just fold, which is kind of weird, but oh well. You and him would, if there was another person involved, you and him would start a side pot without me. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we fold.
The man in gray stops you. Now, if you like, I'll let you wager your word. I know you'll be good for it. Just promise you'll pay the debt, however I ask.
So our first choice here, you have my word or check cards. So let's check the cards again.
Yep. 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. All spades.
You have my word then.
The man in gray smiles. All right then. I'll call.
Show him. Dire Wolf, Chapter 1, Where the Water Tastes Like
Well,
Wine.
your luck wasn't so good, was it? That's quite the hand, but not for the game we're playing. I'm afraid you owe me. Your life, sure, but more than that, your labor.
Yeah, Melspel's just... Here, I'll bet my soul and just drop some blood on the table. But this is where I stopped playing last night when I tried out the sound, because this music... It is so good. It just sets the atmosphere so good for the game, and together with the art style, it's spot on.
You see, this land is built on stories. It's one big story, this country, woven of many small ones. Few of the small ones are strictly true, and the big story is mostly a lie.
I feel like... I hope you can still hear me well over this music, but... I don't know, just this Wolfman and everything, it feels like I'm in a Neil Gaiman kind of story or something, and I love Neil Gaiman stories. I don't know, it's just something about it.
All the stories and songs and myths and legends start somewhere, with a seed. As they're told and retold and passed around, they grow and change to become the stories we know.
That's true.
To pay your debt to me, you'll be carrying stories, finding the seeds first and then spreading them, telling them onwards so they can begin gaining strength. This is no light task. Stories are heavy.
Oh, okay. So I knew I was supposed to be like a storyteller in this game, just didn't know how it started beginning. But it's interesting having like stories finding strength, and mentioning Neil Gaiman, that reminds me of his story like American Gods, where gods gain strength through people believing in them and talking about them, so, and worshipping them, so...
Most of the stories you'll find will be small seeds. They might be true, but they'll grow wild and unbelievable with the telling. The more important stories are the true ones, the ones people will tell you about their own lives. Those often get lost in the weaves of the big story. The more true stories you can find and tell, the more you can weave that truth into the big story.
Oh.
Tarnish it a bit perhaps, but isn't a dingy and battered truth better than a shining lie?
Okay, so we find some true stories and then, you know, spice them up a little bit, I suppose. Isn't that what great storytellers do?
Now, go ahead. You tell me a story. I'll trade you some information about your task.
Okay, so what do we have here? The Tower, death, change, endings, moving on. Okay, I can... Oh, so we pick tarot cards? 3 of staves, travel. We have justice, choice, morality. The world, heaven desires, fulfilled wishes come true. Wheel of fortune, fortune, fate, luck, And then the tower, death, changing, endings, moving on. So... are we meant to, like... The order of these feel like they are already telling a story, like the beginning of a travel, the choice you get during the travel, desires fulfilled, wishes come true, fortune, fate, and luck, and at the end, death, change, endings, moving on. So I'll just go from the top. That feels like the good choice, I don't know. Tell the story of the northbound train blinking its giant eye as it crawls through the night. Okay, or tell the story of the endless series of doors of different kinds, each leading only to more doors. Tell the story of the parting of a cloud of fog to reveal a brief glimpse of a land of promise and plenty. Tell the story of tossing a pair of bone dice on a blood-red velvet table. They come up, snake eyes, and wink at you. Tell the story of a black and grey city where every building is filled with desiccated corpses. Oh, I like this one. A land of promise and plenty.
Your deepest desires, your greatest wish, heaven? Big Rock Candy Mountain? El Dorado, the promised land, that place just over the ridge where they all say that the water tastes just like the sweetest wine.
Nice.
Well, I don't know where that is.
Nice, smells. Nice. I don't think I've heard that song, actually.
It's supposed to be somewhere in this country. Ask the people you meet. They're all searching for the same thing.
Oh, so what do I get to... Can I check all of these? Okay, banjo-y song.
That's
Okay.
your job. Wander from place to place, gather those stories and spread them. People get bored hearing the same stories over and over. But an old cliche in one state might be a rip-roaring new yarn in another.
Okay, so this is pretty much the tutorial, I suppose. He explains more things. Yeah, that's so weird. He has human
Sometimes
hands.
have to make choices about
But I
what
guess you
kind
can't
of
shuffle
story
cards
you
with
follow.
paws.
Is it a love story or a tragedy?
I always like a good tragedy.
Don't gather too many of one kind, though. This grand story needs variety.
Variety, yes. I just can't let go of this music. God damn it, it's so good. Wheel of Fortune, Fortune, Fate, and Luck.
It's just luck. Funny how bad luck seems to follow the folks who already have problems aplenty. Well, try your luck out there in this country. See how the dice treat you.
Is there gonna be dice involved?
It's not all bad. You'll have to work hard, but I'll give you the gift for seeing the true shapes of people. Not many who can do that.
Hang on, did this change up here? I think it did. People are actually squares, their true shape. So I think it's turning out to be morning outside, if I read this correctly. So about the city.
I'll strip away your flesh to make the journey easier, but still you'll feel pain.
Okay.
Hunger, weariness, thirst, and despair. They're all part of stories, the part not often told.
I don't know what he's gonna do. Like, if he kills us, but how are we supposed to?
Death, yes. But don't worry. As long as your task remains, you come back.
Actually, that's true, Melspells. Like, people also never talk about having to go to the bathroom. That's left out of stories all the time. I know what you mean, and that, I suppose that's just because it's uninteresting, but I know what you mean. It actually feels more realistic that way. That is a good thing about the anime I enjoy, Cowboy Bebop. So good. And there's actually sometimes scenes when you just get a clip of like something's happening and the characters are running around, need to, you know, get to like their ship ASAP, and you get a clip of like the main character Spike sitting on the toilet like, God damn it! So that's one of the great things with that anime, like capturing those day-to-day moments, I suppose. If you haven't seen that anime, don't know if you're into anime, but it's a great one. It's a great sci-fi anime with jazz music. So it's a sci-fi anime with jazz music and bebop and blues. Aww. You should just, you know, YouTube the intro for Cowboy Bebop and just listen to the intro song called Tank. If you like jazz music.
Go on your way, Seeker. Maybe we'll meet again, or maybe not.
Does that mean there's like a permadeath of the game? Like I can fail?
Either way, it'll be an experience for you.
Gee, thanks.
I'm jealous in some ways. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Okay. Oh, okay, can I click? I have no mouse. Okay, WAC. Whoa! This is so great! And look, I'm like a little skeleton. So he did strip my flesh away. Okay, so I guess we go here. Search. Can I?
This bungalow is being ransacked. There's furniture piled in the front yard, ammunition heaped under the mailbox, and a crowd of clean-cut men ripping apart a car in the driveway.
Ripping apart a car in the driveway. So cars, is this supposed to set like our time and age, or like, I don't know, like a little ways back, but car apparently.
The two heavily armed, mud-caked
They
women
have guns.
leaning over the porch railing share the same bored grin. One shouts at you. Lend a couple innocent gals a cigarette?
Do we have cigarettes? I'm gonna go with yes. So yeah, early 20th century, I suppose.
You are about to hand her a smoke when those men draw pistols and shove you hard into the dirt. You know these girls? They demand.
No!
Once they've dumped your bag out into the road, they decide you're harmless. If you were selling booze too, you'd have a lot more cash, sneers one. On the porch behind him, the two bootleggers are fingering their empty rifles, grinning in disappointment.
Okay. New story, the women arrested for bootlegs. Oh, it's the border between America and Canada. Can we go into Canada? Or is that like, is this an American tale, I suppose? Oh, okay, so here we go. Game manual. Oh! Here we go. Your goal is to fulfill your obligation to the wolf by finding all 16 characters scattered around over the US and trade stories with them until you earn their trust and finish their story. Stories. By more great music? Yay! By having adventures, you'll begin to collect stories. When you meet characters, they'll ask you for different types of stories. Tragic, hopeful, scary, thrilling, or funny. Remember what sort of adventure you had and you'll know what type of story you got. Stories will grow and change as you tell them. Once you tell a story to a character, it will be out in the world and you may encounter someone else who will tell you a better version of it. These better versions will be more entertaining when you tell them to characters, but be sure to tell different stories so that you have a chance to grow them all. The stories you get from characters are wildcards. They will fit any of the 5 categories. However, telling them will not cause them to grow, so use them sparingly as you're giving up a chance to spread other stories. If you want to swap around the stories you tell, you can do that in the inventory. From characters are wildcards. Okay, so travel. There are several ways to travel across the US. The easiest is walking, but it's slow. You can speed up your walking pace by whistling. Hold down the button and match the notes to keep your spirits and speed up. See controls for more details. Okay. You can also hop or ride on a boxcar. This will get you exactly where you need to go, but runs the risk of getting injured by the railroad cops. To hop or ride, find a train yard. A safer way to travel is hitchhiking. To hitchhike, hold the hitchhike button while standing next to a road with cars on it. Not every car will stop, and they won't always carry you to the full distance, but you'll be safe. Finally, if you got some cash, you can go to a city and ride the fast, safe passenger trains from place to place. It costs money, but it is the best way to travel. Characters. Each time you meet a character, you'll have a night to talk with them and exchange stories. If you tell them the kind of stories they want, you'll gain their trust and move forward through their tale. However, there's no penalty to telling them a different story. You will still learn whatever they have to tell you. Characters have multiple chapters, and when you fully open the eye in the interface, the next time you meet them, you'll move on to their next chapter. When you've finished all the chapters, you won't see them again. Each time you finish a night with the character, they will move somewhere else. You can always check the map to see where they are, but they will also show you when they move. Okay. The inventory holds the mementos you've collected from the characters you've met. Once a character trusts you fully, they'll give you something to remember them by, which can be used to travel to where you first met. The inventory screen also has tabs so you can see your stories, a timeline of your adventures, a map of the US, and your progress with each of the characters. So... was that H? But how do I... where is the menu? Oh, that's I, inventory. Okay, so let's see here. A pair of bone dice, loaded to roll snake eyes nearly every time. So that's what I have. Is this like something? Am I sleepy? I got no cash, really? Stories. 1 out of 237 stories gathered? Damn. So, 2 of Pentacles, the Star, the World, the Lovers, the Fool, Justice, High Priestess, the Wheel, 3 of Staves, Queen of Cup, Empress, the Tower, 9 of Swords, the Sun, the Emperor, the Devil. So, okay, active stories. The Emperor is the women arrested for bootlegging in Maine. And there's the eye, and it will open up fully. Okay, journey log. That tells me nothing, but okay. We have a map. Oh, we're up in Maine. Let's zoom out this. Okay, so we can go down to Maine to VTNH, MA. Is that supposed to be New York? Whoa! Look at this map! Wow! We can go all across the US. That is crazy! I had no idea this game was gonna be this big. Oh boy! City, road, river crossing, train yard, characters, story, unseen story. Progress. Okay, all the different characters that we're supposed to meet. Let's. Okay, we have a house over here. Let's move towards it. I wonder if I'm meant to play this game with a controller. Almost feels like it. I was supposed to be able to whistle somehow. Can I? I'm trying out some buttons here. I was supposed to be able to whistle. Okay, so I have auto walk on F. That's the help thingamajig. Oh, I can I can change track with the N button. And M is map. So how do I whistle? Let's see if it shows up, maybe.
Off the road and into the woods, you can't help but come across this package by the old tree tied to a sturdy stick. The cloth wrapping conceals, though not particularly well, something large and softly unsettled. Little eyes blink back at you from inside the bundle.
I suppose we say hello?
The shape gives a start. Please don't tell my pa that I'm in here, it says in a small voice.
Okay, no
Pa
problem.
doesn't want to live with us anymore, but I want to go with him. Don't tell him, please. I'm hiding.
I won't tell on you.
You tell the boy you'll keep his secret. You don't see his father anywhere. You don't see another soul for miles.
Okay, move on. The boy who ran away with his father. Hang on, just give me a second here. I'm just gonna make a quick Google and see if... How do we whistle? Whistle. Or if that's something that shows up. Whistle mechanic does not work. How you need to hold it down as long as you want to whistle. You should hold the button and then tap the arrow key depending on the direction it shows. What button? It's substantial, but yeah, not a run button. You hit the arrow keys, not the WASD button. I was making this mistake. Does not really help me. So I can use... What? Can I use the... No? I thought I was... I had to use the... No. What's the key to whistle? I can't figure out how to whistle. Oh, if you press and hold the control key, you'll see notes come up above your head. If you then press the corresponding arrow key, when they appear, you'll move faster. Okay, so control. Didn't try that one out. Silly me! Oh. Oh. So if I... Okay, okay. So I have to use like auto walk to trigger that one and then start to whistle, so... Oh, we have a little road with cars here.
They don't come every year, you know. The old man is sitting at the edge of a rotting old pier, crooked legs dangling over the water. He watches a pair of seagulls preen and groom each other on a rock just off the shore.
Let's just watch the seagulls.
They seem to wait for something together, fidgeting and rubbing against one another. And when they fly off, they fly together. These two, these same two, have been coming here ever since I was a boy, the old man says.
Really now?
He watches them fly away until their bodies are dots vanishing into the low sun. Always the same pair. Wonder what keeps him coming back to this town. He shrugs. It must be home.
Seagulls and the fishermen.